Do you ever feel like your 9 to 5 job is literally draining your soul? Like you're sitting at your desk, watching the clock, wondering if life is supposed to feel this exhausting? And quitting, well, that feels like a huge, terrifying leap. But then you scroll through TikTok and see all these women, high value, confident, living their best lives, taking beach trips on a Tuesday, sipping lattes at noon, just thriving. And you're sitting there thinking, that should be me, but how? Here's the thing. You don't have to take crazy risks or burn all your bridges to step into that life. What if I told you there's a safe way to quit your 9 to 5 and still keep your cool? Like a true high-value woman, you can transition without panic and step into your dream life with confidence. Because, let's be real, we've all been fed the same story since childhood. A corporate 9 to 5 is the ultimate life goal, right? Well, maybe it's time to rewrite that story. Alright, so let's start with the backstory because honestly, the real key to quitting your 9 to 5 starts way before you hand in your resignation letter. It begins with knowing yourself. Like, really knowing what you love and what lights your soul on fire. And yeah, I know, this part sounds cliche as hell. Find your passion. We've heard it a million times, right? But here's the truth. Most of us don't even know what we actually love because we've been so caught up in doing what we think we're supposed to do. Whether it's going to college, getting that degree, or landing the perfect job, half the time we didn't even stop to ask ourselves, is this what I really want? But being a high-value woman isn't just about quitting. I'll review how to maximize your income while working less, so stay tuned. So here's the first step, reflection. Like real sit down with yourself kind of reflection. Block out some time and start getting honest. Ask yourself, what do I actually enjoy doing? Not what will make me money, what sounds impressive, but what actually makes me feel alive. And don't worry if you don't have an answer right away. It might take a few days, weeks, or even months to figure it out. And that's totally fine. But the key here is stop doing shit you hate. If your job feels like soul-crushing work, guess what? You're not stuck there. You can and should build a life around things that you actually care about. Now, let's be real. This process isn't always easy. You're gonna have to peel back layers of expectations, family pressures, societal BS, all that stuff. It's uncomfortable. But if you want to live like those high-value women you see thriving, you need to start by figuring out what the hell you value. One trick? Think about what you would do if money didn't matter. I know, another cheesy line, but it works. What are the things you do when no one's watching? What do you gravitate toward in your free time? That's where the magic happens. This isn't about becoming a multimillionaire overnight or creating some perfect business plan. It's about finding what makes you happy and then building your escape plan around that. I'll talk more about long-term goals and putting that plan into action later. And before I dive deeper into quitting that soul-sucking 9 to 5, go ahead and subscribe. Trust me, it'll help you tap into your feminine energy and step into your high-value woman era. Alright, so once you've done some real reflection and figured out what actually lights you up, it's time to get a little deeper. Now we need to evaluate why you want to work for yourself. And let's be real here. Is it because you hate your boss, you're burned out, or because you genuinely want freedom? It's crucial to figure this out because working for yourself isn't always glamorous. It can be messy and hard. So knowing why you're doing it will help you stay grounded when things get tough. Next, think long term. Like, what do you want your life to look like? Close your eyes and picture it. Are you sipping coffee in a chic little cafe working on your own terms? Are you running a business from your couch in PJs? Or maybe you're traveling the world, laptop in hand, living the dream. Whatever it is, get clear on it. Not just for now, but 5-10 years down the line. What kind of freedom are you really after? Then, and I cannot stress this enough, consider your financial situation. Let's be real, money is important. Quitting your 9-to-5 without a plan is like jumping out of a plane without a parachute. You're going to need some level of financial stability to make this work. Ask yourself, how much do you need to live comfortably? How long could you go without a steady paycheck? What's your safety net looking like? You don't have to have it all figured out, but girl, don't just wing it. If your goal is to quit within 6 months, make sure you have a cushion so you're not panicking and crawling back to that corporate job. Okay, now let's talk business. Put together a business plan. I know it sounds super official and scary, but it's really just about mapping out how you'll make money doing what you love. What's your service or product? Who's your audience? How will you reach them? What will you charge? It doesn't need to be a 50-page document. Just get the basics down on paper so you have a roadmap. You want to plan even if it's messy. Because trust me, when shit gets real, and it will, you'll want something to fall back on. And here's another important thing. Acknowledge what you're good at and what you're not good at. Like, seriously. You might be amazing at creating, but terrible at marketing. You might be great with ideas, but suck at organization. That's fine. Nobody's good at everything. The sooner you figure out where your strengths and weaknesses are, the easier it will be to either learn or delegate that stuff. You don't have to be a one-woman show for everything. Now, this part is for all my fellow perfectionists out there. Stop chasing perfectionism. Seriously, stop it. Done is better than perfect. Always. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. You're never going to have the perfect time, the perfect skills, or the perfect idea. You've got to just start. It's better to take messy action than to sit around waiting for some magical moment that will never come. And yes, I'll dive into overcoming perfectionism in another video. So if you're waiting until everything lines up just right before you quit, newsflash, it won't. Start where you are, with what you have, and figure it out as you go. The most successful women out there didn't wait for perfection. They made it happen in the mess. Okay, now that you've got your foundation set, it's time to take the leap. And yes, I know it feels scary as hell, but trust me, it's also exhilarating. There's something super empowering about finally saying, I'm done with the bullshit, and stepping into your own power as a high-value woman. And listen, being a high-value woman is all about knowing your worth and living life on your terms. No compromises, no settling. So, let's make it happen. First things first, get your ass on social media and start promoting your services. You cannot hide in the shadows and expect to build a business. I don't care if you're shy or you hate being on camera. You need to get out there. Whether it's Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever. Start sharing your journey, your value, and how you can help people. And girl, please don't feel like you have to be perfect here. Remember, no perfectionism. High-value women show up unapologetically, flaws and all. People will connect with the real you, so don't overthink it. Just be genuine and let your passion shine. Now, if you want to learn how to market yourself, drop a comment so I can create a video with proven strategies. Now, get on the right platforms to find work. Depending on what you're doing, there are platforms for everything. If you're freelancing, look into sites like Upwork, Fiverr, or even specific niche platforms where people are searching for exactly what you're offering. The key here is visibility. You can't just wait for clients or customers to find you. You need to be everywhere they are. Be bold, send out proposals, show up in those DMs, get your foot in the door however you can, and let your work speak for itself. Also, focus on multiple streams of income. This is one of the most important high-value woman moves you can make. Relying on one income stream is risky, whether you're working for someone else or yourself. Start thinking about how you can diversify. Can you offer different services, create digital products? Maybe even passive income like affiliate marketing or investments. The goal is to build something sustainable that doesn't rely on you grinding 24/7. The more income streams you have, the more freedom you get. Now, here's something super important. Don't take on more than you can handle. Just because you're running your own thing doesn't mean you need to be in hustle mode 24/7. In fact, high-value women know how to manage their energy. If a project or a client feels off, don't force it. Know your limits and honor them. It's okay to say no. You don't have to burn yourself out to prove anything to anyone. Work smarter, not harder. And speaking of working smarter, charge more, work less. I can't say this enough. Stop undercharging for your time and energy. You're bringing value to the table, so you deserve to be paid accordingly. The more you value yourself, the more others will value you too. High-value women don't give discounts on their worth. So if a client wants to lowball you, keep it moving. Focus on the ones who see your worth and are willing to pay for it. You'll find that as you raise your rates, you'll attract better clients and do less work for more money. And honestly, that's what we all want, right? Lastly, make your business a lifestyle. This isn't just about making money. It's about creating a life that feels good to you. Your business should align with your values, your passions, and your vision for your future. If you're not enjoying it, what's the point? Build something that integrates with your life seamlessly. You want to wake up excited about what you're doing, not dreading it. And if it ever starts feeling like a burden, reevaluate. You're the boss now. You get to decide how this looks. At the end of the day, building a business is about freedom, joy, and owning your power. You're not just another woman with a 9-to-5. You're a high-value woman creating her own empire. Keep that in mind whenever things get tough. And remember, you're capable of so much more than you realize. So, what are your goals? Ready to leave the 9-to-5 grind and step into your power as a high-value woman? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to check out our other video on high-paying, low-stress feminine careers. It's full of ideas to help you live your dream life without the burnout.